Go live. All right, chat. How is everyone doing? We're here, man. Game week 12 deadline stream. I'm ready. Let me just make sure that's all good. Game week 12 deadline stream. Yeah, that's all good. All right, man. All right. Yes, loving fantasy football. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing good, my bro. We are here, ready. Game week 12 deadline stream. Today's a big day. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of my players are playing today. So yeah, I'm excited for today, man. Stinky international break is done. Feels good to be back, guys. How we all doing, man? Upper says, yo, what's good, man? What's good, my brother? Right, let me just get the chat up properly so I can see it better. So what's everyone's plans for this week then? Guys, let me know. Let me just put that there. There we go. Alright, yeah, man. What's everyone's plans for this week, guys? Yeah, I was thinking of taking a -8, not gonna lie. But I'm gonna wait till next week. I think next week I'm definitely taking a -8. Ross215 says, yo, what's good, bro? By the way, guys, if you're in the TikTok live stream, head over to the YouTube live. I'm live streaming right now on YouTube. FPL Ryan. So Loving Fantasy Football says, should I start Leaf Davies over Keane or Aina? I definitely wouldn't play Aina against Arsenal. Keane against Brentford, it's not bad, but it's not great. And Leaf Davies is just, yeah, against Man United. I'm not gonna lie, it's three kind of stinky picks, to be fair. Three stinky defender picks, if I'm honest. But I think I'd go for Leaf. Actually, nah, I think Man United will score. New manager as well. I'd probably go. Keane might not even play. I think I'd just go Leaf Davies for the attacking threat, personally. Yeah. Daya says, yo, what's good, my bro? And Music Kiwi says, sup, bro? What's good, man? Hope you guys are doing well. Let me know what your plans are for this week. Chat, let me know what your plans are for this week. Wolves predictions. I think that's going to be quite a tough game. I'm expecting quite a few goals. I'm going to say 3-2 to Fulham. Or 3-1. 3-1 or 3-2. But Wolves' defense isn't good, so I do expect Fulham to score. I do expect Fulham to score quite a few goals, to be fair. So, yeah. Luke says, yo, bro. Yo, what's good, man? Hope everyone is doing good in the chat. Solid team, got the same midfield. Thank you, man. Thank you. I can't lie. I might take out Haaland next week, though, guys. I'm not going to lie. I was actually going to take out Haaland this week. But because he's playing against Spurs at home, and Spurs have both centre-backs missing, Romero and Van de Ven, I was like, nah, let me just keep Haaland for one more week instead of taking him out for a hit. So, yeah, I'm probably going to get rid of Haaland next week against Liverpool. I took a -28 hit and now start Salah, Palmer, and Mbeumo and Bruno, or start Semenyo over Bruno. I'd play Bruno over Semenyo, bro. Definitely. And Carl says, back in the early kickoff. Yes, I am. I'm back in the early kickoff. Yeah, I'm back in the early kickoff. Hey, look, listen. That famous saying that goes around on Twitter, never back the early kickoff, right? You guys know about that saying, but it's putting me off a little bit. But I just feel like no one is going for Palmer, bro. No one is going for Palmer. Everyone's going to go for Salah. Some people are even going Haaland. I've not really seen many people go for Palmer captain. So for me, I'm taking the risk, man. I think it's a high risk, high reward kind of situation. And we know how good Palmer is in these kind of games, man. So even though it's 12:30 kickoff, I just still think he could do a madness, bro. I think he could explode, get 2 goals, 2 assists, 2 goals, 1 assist. So yeah, man. Hopefully Palmer just absolutely smashes it, man. Yo, start 2, Pedro, Cunha, and Rodgers. I'd start Rodgers and Cunha. Because Pedro might not even play. Might not even start. Sorry. Yeah, Pedro might not even start. I'm a Liverpool fan, putting Palmer captain. Wow, Fez. If I was a Liverpool fan, would I captain Salah? Probably would, to be fair. I can't lie. I think I would. Against Southampton, yeah, probably. But it depends though, man, because I think you can actually like make massive gains if you go for Palmer. Because like I said, bro, no one's going for Palmer. So yeah. Finally got Foden out my team. Hey, I can't lie, guys. It feels good to have Foden gone. Not gonna lie, man. He was terrible. I think that might be that. Now that I think about it, I think that Foden transfer might be my worst transfer this season, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I think that might be my worst transfer this season. Especially when you consider like the expectations I had for Phil Foden. Yeah, I think that guy was probably the worst transfer I've made so far. Sell Rico Lewis and Solanke and Foden, buy Bruno Fernandes and Isaac and Saliba. I have Raya and Gabriel as defender. Wow, so you'd have Saliba, Raya and Gabriel, so triple Arsenal defense. Ooh, that's kind of risky. I don't know if I would go. I don't know if I'd go triple Arsenal defense. I think double is okay, but if you go triple as well, you're locking yourself out of an Arsenal attacker. And I feel like at some point you're gonna want an Arsenal attacker, especially when Arsenal play. Especially when Arsenal have, like I guess you could say Forest is kind of tough, but even West Ham away is a really good fixture for an attacker. I think Fulham's a good fixture for an attacker. Everton, Palace, Ipswich, Brentford, Brighton. I feel like you're gonna miss out if you don't have someone like a Bukayo Saka. So I probably wouldn't go for triple Arsenal defense, but I still do like the move of taking out, Lewis, Solanke and Foden. I like Bruno, I like Isaac, but maybe go for like a Liverpool defender if you don't have one already, like a Konate or something. Buy VVD or Konate? I'd buy Konate. I just feel like VVD and Konate pretty much the same player, but Konate is cheaper. Both have good goal threat from corners and set pieces, and both are playing for the best defensive team in the league. So for me, I just prefer Konate value-wise. My plans this week, Son to Palmer, and I don't know if I should do a -4 to get rid of Pedro Porro. I definitely would consider a -4 to get rid of Pedro Porro. To get rid of him. If you especially could go to an Arsenal defender, like a Gabriel, or a Saliba, or even a Konate, I think it's worth it, to be fair. I think Man City are definitely going to score. I do expect Spurs to score. I'm not going to lie. Like, I've got Rico Lewis, and I definitely think he's conceding. I think there'll be a lot of goals in this game, Man City versus Spurs. But yeah, I like the thing is, I even think Son is a good pick this week. Honestly, I really do like Son. Like, if you could have got rid of a different player for Palmer instead of Son, I definitely would have done that. But no, look, I think Pedro Porro is going to concede. Man City are definitely going to score. So I would definitely get rid of him if I were you. Who do I captain in my midfield? Who do you have in midfield, bro? Double on De Ligt and Mazraoui. Ooh, that's kind of risky. We don't know how good Manchester United are going to be, man, especially defensively. I think it's very, very risky to double up on our defence. The thing is, though, our fixtures are good for the next two, but after that, it's like a good game, then a bad game sort of thing. I mean, yeah, for me, I don't know if it's the best to go double Man United defence. We've got Ipswich, then we've got Everton, then we've got Arsenal, then Forest, then City. I mean, 3 out of the next 5 are pretty decent, to be fair. But again, because we don't know how good Man United are, it's kind of risky to go double. But yeah, man, it still could work out. It still could work out. I think Mazraoui will play. I think De Ligt will play. Mazraoui is obviously going to be playing as a wing back as well, so the attacking upside is there for sure. Morning ride. Last night I rolled my transfer from Edison to Verbruggen. Do you think that was a good choice? So you use a free transfer to go from Edison to Verbruggen. Yeah, I like it, man. I think Brighton have a good fixture on. I don't really think the Brighton defense is great, if I'm honest, but when you consider the fixtures, I mean, you could possibly be looking at least like, I'd probably say 2. To be fair, I'd probably say about 2 clean sheets. But the thing is with Verbruggen is he'll get the save points as well. But for me, I feel like Brighton defense isn't great. I think their attack is really, really good. Their midfield is really good, but just defensively, they give up a lot of chances, man. Brighton give up a lot of chances. But yeah, overall, like for a cheap goalkeeper, I think Verbruggen is still pretty decent. If you're going to captain Palmer, then I'm going to do it too, then blame you when he gets an own goal and a red card. Listen, I'm not going to lie, man. For me, Palmer, I think he's the best. I feel like he's kind of being slept on. And I'm not going to lie, I feel like Palmer captain is being slept on only because he's playing at 12:30. I feel like if he was playing on Sunday at like 2 o'clock, right? If you swapped Salah and Palmer, their fixture time, if you swapped it around and Salah was playing at 12:30 on a Saturday and Palmer was playing at 2 o'clock on a Sunday, I feel like a lot more people will be swaying to go for Palmer. But I think because he's the very, very first game, there's like a psychological effect there where people don't want to put him as captain. Because if he flops, your whole game week is ruined. And that's the only thing for me is like, if he flops, man, this game week is going to just go from... Yeah, this game is going to be a disaster if Palmer flops, man. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, that'll be stinky. But yeah, let's see what happens, man. It's funny though, because I feel like some people are saying someone said here Palmer's going to flop. When I made a video a couple months ago, like a month and a half ago, and I said, guys, don't get Palmer because the fixtures are tough. Everyone was saying, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? Palmer's fixture proof. Palmer's this, Palmer's that. Everyone was gassing Palmer, saying he's so good, even though he had tough fixtures like Liverpool away, Newcastle, Man United, and Arsenal. And then now that I'm putting him in and putting him in as captain, people are saying Palmer's gonna flop, even though he's playing against Leicester. Like, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Would start Semenyo or Welbeck? Ooh, I would start. Yeah. Ooh, that's really tough. I'm gonna back my boy Welbeck, man. I'm gonna say Welbeck. That's really tough though. That's really tough, but I'm gonna say Welbeck. Yeah. I'm gonna go Welbeck, man. My guy Danny Welbs. But no, Welbeck's in form this season, man. He's doing so good, so good this season. So, Ahmad or Andreas? I go for Ahmad. I think Ahmad Diallo could prove to be very, very good value, guys. Because I feel like Amarim likes him a lot. And I feel like that right inside number 10 role in a 3-4-3 system really, really suits Ahmad to a T. Like that system, that 3-4-3 with the 2 inside 10s behind the striker, literally suits Ahmad to a T and his playstyle. So I feel like Ahmad is going to be a consistent starter on that right-hand side. For the remainder of the season, honestly. I really do think that's going to happen. So Ahmad is cheap as well. He's like 4.9 million, I think, or 5 million. So yeah, I think value-wise, genuinely, he could be insane, man. And he's on my radar because I support Man United as well. So when we're actually good, I like to have, at least one United player in my team. So yeah, if we end up being good under Amarim, I think Ahmad is definitely someone I'd consider, man. Definitely someone I'd consider. Yeah, 4.9 million is crazy. Yeah, I think he could be a really, really good pick. If he gets good minutes and is a consistent starter, this could be a really good pick, man. Because I rate Ahmad as a footballer. Really, really class player, man. So, yeah, man. Let's see what Amarim does. But, yeah, let's just see what happens, man. I think it's a bit too early to see how Ahmad is going to be as a pick. But if he's a consistent starter, then, yeah, I'm a big fan of him. Would I start Porro or Lewis? No, would I sell Porro or Lewis to Gabriel? I would sell Lewis. I'd sell Lewis. Because even next week, at least Porro has a better fixture. Fulham at home, I do believe. Spurs are playing. Yeah, I'd go for I'd sell Lewis to Gabriel. Yeah, Lewis to Gabriel for me. But I still think both Porro and Lewis have to go though. But if I had to pick one, I'd definitely be selling Lewis for sure. And plus, Porro's attacking threat is a lot better than Rico Lewis's. Salah's record against Southampton is crazy. Fairs, I've not even seen it. What is his record against Southampton? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it is good. Because, Liverpool are a class team. Salah's a good player and he's playing against Southampton. So that's no surprise, man. But I think Palmer's almost like a flat track bully, man. Palmer is just too explosive. Like, look at it, 17 points, 25 points. I think he's got another one of these kind of games coming. Like, I think he could get 20 points this week, 15 points, 17 points. Like, I think Palmer could just go crazy this week. So, yeah, man, I'm going to do Palmer. This is a dilemma I'm having. I just have a feeling that Salah early sub risk because they have Madrid and City next to. Even though Liverpool have Madrid and City next to, Salah didn't have an international break. He's been rested for 2 weeks. So, for me, I don't actually think he will get... I don't really see him getting an early sub. I mean, it definitely is a possibility. Like, if Liverpool are 3-0 up by, like, the 50th minute or the 60th minute, we definitely could be looking at Salah coming off for sure. But if it's only, like, 1-0, maybe even a 2-0, and it's 16 minutes in, I think Salah could stay. I think Salah could stay on the pitch and play 90 minutes, to be honest. I think it all depends on how the game is going. But, yeah, I guess you could say there is a risk that he gets subbed off early, for sure. Nico says, hello mate, how are you? I'm good, bro, man. Hope you're doing good as well, bro. Romero and Van der Ven both out. Tottenham leaky as it is. Captain chooses itself for me. fair enough. I mean, it's a yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point, but I just don't feel like it's as simple as captain chooses itself, because Haaland has stunk out the place against worse defenses. Like, only 1 goal against Southampton, 0 goals against Wolves, only 1 goal against Brighton. Like, these are not good defenses. So yeah, just because Romero and Van der Ven are out, I don't really think the captain. I wouldn't say the captain chooses itself. I wouldn't say it's that easy. But that's just my opinion. Someone said I look like Openda. Last time I saw Openda, didn't he have I just swear he had his hair out. I swear he had like an afro. I mean, I ain't watched Leipzig play in a while, but last time I saw him, he had like an afro. He didn't have braids in, but fair enough. I've never had that comparison before. Thoughts on triple up, Palmer, Jackson, and Pedro Neto? I don't think I go triple Chelsea attack personally. I definitely go double like Palmer and Jackson, but I think going for Neto as well, I think nah, that's a bit too risky for me. Plus, Neto could always be rotated as well. Chelsea just have so many players to come in and out of the team. So I don't think I would go for Pedro Neto. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Triple captain Watkins in a double game week. Triple captain what? We don't even have a double game week confirmed. Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie, we don't have a double game week confirmed. I have 0.4 to upgrade Keane to a 4.5. Should I do Keane to a Chelsea player? Ooh, I mean, doesn't seem like a bad shout at all. Reece James is injured. You could definitely go to Augusto. He's got some decent attacking threat. Could go to Levi Colwill. I think I probably would go. I think I would, you know. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of the Chelsea defence, but with these fixtures, man, it's hard to turn down. It really is hard to turn down. So, yeah, I think I would do it, because I don't think Keane... I think Keane could possibly have lost his place now. I'm pretty sure Branthwaite started the last game. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure Branthwaite started the last game against West Ham. Yeah, Keane didn't play the last game. So I think Branthwaite's going to claim that spot again. So, yeah, I'd be getting rid of Michael Keane, to be honest. Why are you captaining Palmer? Because he is an explosive player, man. This guy can get you 3, 4, 5 returns in one game. He's literally so good against these smaller sides in the Premier League, bro. So yeah, I'm backing that. I feel like he's due as well. I actually feel like he's just due like a big 17, 20 pointer. Like, I can see it happening. But I think Palmer's definitely going to get 3 returns in this game minimum. Surely he's got to do it. Surely. Bro, I would have captain Palmer, but I remember listening to you about having Foden. Hey, listen, it's your team, bro. You can do as you please. But yeah, if Palmer absolutely bangs and he explodes, just remember I told you so. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Just remember I said I told you so. But yeah, you know, it's your choice, bro. You don't have to listen to me. Like, who am I? I don't know anything. I literally don't know anything. So yeah, man, it's your choice. Yeah, but for me, Palmer's number 1 this week, man. Should I get rid of Son and for who? I wouldn't get rid of Son, personally. I think Son can easily score against Man City. Man City's defense is terrible. But if I had to pick between Son and Palmer, I would definitely go Palmer. If it's a case of taking out Son to go to Palmer, I would do it. But if it's a case of having both Son and Palmer, that would be good. Because I do think Son is good this week. Don't back the early kickoff. I know. I'm going against it, though. I'm backing the early kickoff. Man. I'm doing it, man. I'm doing it. There's an opportunity here, man. I see what's it called? I see a window of opportunity. Like, I just, bro, no one's really going for Palmer, man. Everyone's going for Salah captain. Everyone is doing it. So, yeah, man. I want to take the risk. Salah has 11 goals and assists in 11 games against Southampton. Fairs. I mean, yeah, I can't really say I'm surprised, to be fair. Look, I do expect Salah to do well. I mean, this guy's been smashing it, right? He has been so consistent, especially in the last 4, like 12, 10, 9, 14, and these set of fixtures here. Aston Villa, Brighton, Arsenal, Chelsea. It's not the easiest set of fixtures. Like, Salah's just been going crazy. But for me, I'm not going to let that sway my decision, man. I still think Palmer has the better fixture, so I'm going to go for him. Yeah, that's why I feel like going Palmer captain. We've seen Salah be quiet through the whole game, then appear at the end with a return. Yeah, literally. Also, Slot always seems to play it safe when they're in the lead. Yeah, exactly. It's true. Like the thing is, under Jurgen Slot, they do definitely go for the control style of football. Especially, like you said, when they're like 1-0, 2-0 up, and it gets to a certain point in the game, they're just gonna slow the game down. They're just gonna control the game. And I just like Salah is a good pick, of course, but again, for me, I don't always like to follow the crowd. Like everyone's going for Salah. If I see a good opportunity where a logical opportunity as well, because it's not really stupid going for Palmer. I think what really scares people about Palmer is the fact that he's playing first and before Salah. I think if you swap the fixture times around between Palmer and Salah, and Salah's playing 12:30 and Palmer's playing on Sunday at 2 o'clock, I think it's a different conversation, and that's my honest opinion. But look, they're both good picks anyway. They're both good picks for sure. Stuck between two moves: Foden, Salah, Solanke. 2 free transfers: Foden, Salah, and Solanke to 4.5. Okay, play Wood or Foden, Bruno, Neto, and Solanke to Isak. 2 free transfers: Foden to Salah and Solanke to 4.5. And play Wood. Oh, okay, yeah, I hear that. Wood against Arsenal, though, is not really ideal. And then Foden to Bruno or Neto and Solanke to Isak. I think I'd go Foden. I feel like you kind of need Salah, though, man. I feel like you need Salah. I think I'd go the Salah route. I'm not going to lie. I just feel like get Salah in now. Even though you could argue like the next 3 games for Salah as a bunch is not ideal, but for me, I actually think that City at home game is good. I think Liverpool are destroying Man City, by the way. I think Liverpool are going to destroy Man City. Like I'm talking 4-1, 3-0, 3-1. I really do think Liverpool win that game comfortably. I think City are terrible. That's my honest opinion. So actually, when I look at these games as a whole, Newcastle away will definitely be tough, but I think Southampton and Man City at home for Liverpool is actually really good. I think you just got to get Salah in, to be fair. So I would go the Salah route. I'm not sure about Neto as well as a pick, guys. I just feel like he could get dropped at any moment in time. I know he's been good for Chelsea. Like, he has been good for Chelsea, and he'll obviously have to play really, really bad. But because we're entering a period of like fixture congestion and midweek fixtures, I just feel like it's kind of risky going for Neto because he could just be benched for the odd game or two. So I would probably avoid Neto, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. I probably would avoid Neto. Hello, mate. Would you sacrifice defensive depth to get an Arsenal defender with regard to Raya? Yeah, I would, especially if it's a go from Kirkes to an Ipswich defender. I don't really rate Bournemouth's defense that much. So I think it's definitely more valuable sacrificing Kirkes, a Bournemouth defender, to go to an Arsenal defender. Yeah, I would do that, bro, for sure. Okay, I've done Son, Porro to Konate and Palmer for a -4. I like that, to be fair. I like that a lot. I think there's some good moves. Although I do think Son can do well. Like, I'll be honest, if Son scores 2 goals, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't. But obviously, yes, Palmer is the better pick if you were to ask me. But I do rate Son as a pick this week. I just think City defense is so bad. So yeah. And if you ask me, well, why am I starting Lewis? I should start Mikalenko. The only reason I'm not starting Mikalenko is because I've already got Smith Rowe playing against Aït-Nouri. I don't really want to have Mbeumo playing against Mikalenko. Like, I just hate when my attackers play against my defender. So that's the only reason why I'm starting Rico Lewis this week, if I'm honest. You're going to sell Haaland if you underput... Mate, Haaland could score 5 goals for all I care. I think he's gone next week. I'll be honest. No matter what Haaland does, I'm probably going to get rid next week. I was so close to doing it this week, but I just thought Spurs defense, they've got injuries. Romero's missing, Van der Vent's missing, and Bentancur's got a 7-match ban. I just feel like because Tottenham have a lot of injuries, it kind of makes sense to maybe just keep Haaland for one more game and don't take him out for a hit. Because if I did take him out, it would have been for a hit. But next week, I think I'd rather take him out for a hit when he's playing against Liverpool. So, yeah, that's probably my plan. But yeah, like I said, Haaland could score 6 goals, 10 goals. I think he's still gone, if I'm honest. Yeah. Thing is, I want to captain Palmer, but last week I captained Son and got 39 points. So if I captain Palmer, he blanks, my rank is going to go down. Yeah, I hear it, man. It's definitely risky when you don't go for popular captain picks like Salah and Haaland, but there's always, as much as there is a potential loss, there's also a potential gain. So, yeah, it all depends, man. It just depends how brave you want to be. Like, it could go massively wrong for me as well, but I think it's a logical decision, man. So I'm happy with it, man. I'm happy with my decision. Big up FPL Nissa in the chat. Hope you're good. Do you know if you press control, you can zoom in and out so you don't have to scroll to see your bench? Oh, yeah, that's true. You can. I can still do it, to be fair, but I didn't want to make it too small just in case you guys couldn't see it properly. Like, I could leave it like that. Can you guys, can you, like, see that well? Like, is that clear for you guys? Because if you can, then I'll leave it like this. Best 4.6 million defender. From this point onwards, 4.6 million defender. Off the top of my head, I would say, okay, that's actually off the top of my head, I don't even know who would I think there's no point in getting a Forest defender. You could argue someone like a Aston Villa defender could be okay. I would probably say, see, with cheap defenders, it's all about rotations for me. So, like, I would probably say Mazraoui, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably say Mazraoui, but you ideally want to rotate your defenders with each other. But for me, instead of Mazraoui, you could say someone like Estupinan, because he's got attack. Oh no, Estupinan's more than 4.6 million. I was gonna say Estupinan because he's got attack and threat, but I'd probably say Mazraoui, to be honest. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I'd probably say Mazraoui. We ain't losing to Liverpool. Nah, I'm not gonna lie, man. FPL 1. I hate to say it. Well, actually, no, I don't hate to say it because I don't really like Man City. But I'm gonna be honest, man. You're losing to Liverpool. Liverpool are just they're so much better than Man City right now. It's crazy. So yeah. Thoughts on Bradley from Liverpool? I would avoid. It's such a short term pick. I think Trent will be back for the Man City game, so you're getting at least one game and that's it. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it personally. Do I reckon Saka will play? To be fair, I ain't got a clue, man. I think probably yes because it's Saka, but I honestly don't know. Like, there's no leaks or anything at the moment, not from what I've seen. So I actually really don't know if Saka will play. But if you were to ask me, I'd say yes. But again, that's not me saying he is for sure, and that's not me saying I've got some sort of inside information because I don't. Would I bench Mbeumo, Ahmad, or Welbeck? I'd bench Mbeumo. Not gonna lie, I'd start Ahmad. Take a punt on Ahmad, man. Take a punt on Ahmad. Yeah, that's what I would do. That is what I would do. Yeah, I've not seen anything on Saka. What's my game week 12 wildcard? You know what? Let's go through that actually. I didn't make a wildcard draft video, so we can make one together now, chat. I'm thinking of benching Mbeumo for Larson. Can I see the logic? Ooh, I'm not sure about benching Mbeumo for Larson. You know, I wouldn't do it. Not for Larson. I think I'd do it for Ahmad because I think Ipswich defence is terrible, but I'm not sure about benching Mbeumo for Larson. FPL Jason says, hi bro, start Wood or Johnson? I would start Johnson for sure. Yeah, Johnson. I know Chris Wood's been good this season, but I'm not going to lie, man. I think Man City's defence is terrible. Johnson is a good transitional player. So that Man City game suits him to a T because we know Spurs are going to look to catch City on the transition. I'd definitely go for Johnson over Wood, personally. Right, wildcard team. If I was building a wildcard, yeah, cool. Let's build a wildcard team. Let me delete this. Let's make a new plan and let's call it wildcard chat. Is anyone in the live chat wildcarding this week, by the way? Let me know. let me know. I actually wish I had a wild card. I'm not gonna lie, man. I wish I had a wild card this week. I do. All right, cool. Wild card draft. Thanks, bro. No problem. FPL Jason. No problem, man. Hopefully I get it right. If Wood scores and Johnson blanks, don't blame me. Don't blame me. All right, cool. Yeah. So if I was wildcarding this week, let's get rid of everyone. This is obviously using the amount of money I've got. This is probably what I would do. Actually, I'd definitely have Mbeumo. I'd have Salah still. I wouldn't have Haaland if I was wildcarding. Okay. So, off the top of my head, these are the players I definitely would have. Isak, Palmer. I really like Isak a lot, especially for on wildcard. I think the fixtures are really good. West Ham, Palace, Liverpool's tough, but then Brentford, Leicester, Ipswich. That fixture run is great. Really, really good. So I definitely have Isak on wildcard. Now, I would also... Obviously, Saka is looking like he could be injured, but I think if I was wildcarding, I still would keep Saka because I would just want Saka for the long term, to be honest. So, yeah, I would definitely just have Saka on wildcard, to be fair. Even though if he might not play this week, I think by West Ham, he'll be okay. And then from that point onwards, I just want Saka for the long term. So, I would probably go with Saka if I was wildcarding this week as well. I think I would keep Smith Rowe. I'm not going to lie, man. I actually really like Smith Rowe. And because you could take him in and out of the team, I would just keep him. And I'll show you guys what I mean in a sec. So I'd have a midfield five of Smith Rowe and Mbeumo, Salah, Palmer and Saka. Defense, I would definitely have Konate still. I'd also have Gabriel. I think I would keep Raya as well. I'd go for a cheap defender. I think I'd keep Aït-Nouri, but rotate him with someone else. Actually, would I keep Aït-Nouri? Actually, let me hold that thought for a second. Forwards, I'd go for Welbeck still. I mean, you could go Welbeck, João Pedro. Let's just say João Pedro to save funds, but I think both are good, João Pedro and Danny Welbeck. I would probably go Welbeck, though, if I'm honest. I feel like I would go Welbeck, just because Pedro potentially might not play the next two. So, yeah, I think I'd go Welbeck. Then I would probably... Who would I go for my third striker? 18 mil left. I think I go for another cheap option, but I'm trying to think who. You could go for like a Matheus Cunha or a Strand Larsen. Alright, we don't have enough money for Cunha. Let's go for someone like Strand Larsen, for example. And then a cheap defender. I mean, let's see who rotates well. Because like I said, with cheap defenders, you kind of want to have a good rotation going on. So yeah, let's see who rotates well. I'd probably say, I mean, I feel like Aït-Nouri is good for his attacking threat. So I'm gonna look for a Wolves rotation. So Wolves and Fulham have a decent rotation. So you could go like Anderson to save money, or you could go Robinson for the attacking threat. But Robinson, Aït-Nouri, and a former defender. So you could do something like that. You could go Anderson though. If you go Anderson instead of Robinson, then you could actually upgrade Greaves to a 4.4, which is probably better. So who's a cheap 4.4 defender? Let's see, hold on. I believe Konza is 4.4 million. If Konza's 4.4, I'd definitely go for Konza. Oh, is he injured? Oh wow, I did not know Konza was injured. Damn. That would have been a really, really good 4.4 defender to have. I mean, he's expected to be back on the 1st of December, which is... What game week is that? That's next game week, so not too bad. But who else is there? 4.4. You could go Lewis Hall as well. I think Lewis Hall could be pretty decent, to be fair, if you can rotate him in and out as well. Yeah, the chat is saying Lewis Hall. By the way, if you're in a TikTok chat, if you want to see this wildcard draft that I'm building, I'm live streaming on my YouTube channel right now. So yeah, head over to the YouTube live stream if you want to see this wildcard draft. You could even go Lisandro Martinez as well. But I think I'd go Lewis Hall, to be fair, for a 4.4 defender. I think I would go Lewis Hall. So yeah, if I was wildcarding, this is something I would do. Like, my draft would look something like this. I would probably bench Aït-Nouri this week. I'd probably start Lewis Hall. That's how my team would look this week. I'd obviously captain Palmer as well. I'd actually start Saka for Strand Larson. I bench Strand Larson. And yeah, that's how my team would look. And then if we look at sort of how it shapes up for the future game weeks, then let's have a look. So game week 13, we'd have Raya Gabriel against West Ham, Hall against Palace, but then you've got Aït-Nouri against Bournemouth. So we'd bench Konate against Man City, start Lewis Hall. We start Strand Larson again for Smith Rowe, put Smith Rowe to the bench, and that's how the team would look in the week after. Pretty decent in my opinion. Welbeck against Southampton, Isak against Palace, Strand Larson against Bournemouth as well. So I think in game week 13, this wildcard draft looks pretty good. Connor says came from TikTok, and Platoni as well came from TikTok. Hey, big ups to Connor and Platoni. Thank you guys for coming over to the YouTube live stream. Why am I picking Palmer captain over Salah? Because I just see a potential opportunity to gain rank on other people. A lot of people are going for Salah, and I sort of just want to go against the grain. And I also actually think that just Palmer has the better fixture. And I just think we know that Palmer is just so explosive in these games where Chelsea are playing against the smaller sides in the Premier League. So yeah, for me, I actually just feel like Palmer's the better captain pick this week, which is why I'm going to go for him. But yeah, chat. So yeah, with the wildcard draft, this is how it would look in game week 13. Again, I feel like it's pretty good. You could even captain Mbeumo or Palmer or Saka, but yeah, still looks pretty good. And then our defense, we've got Konate against Newcastle. We'd start him. We'd also start Anderson against Brighton. You could bench Gabriel playing against Man United, or you could bench Aït-Nouri. Up to you, to be fair, but one of those two will get benched for Anderson against Brighton. At this point, you got 2 free transfers. You might have more free transfers as well. You could even bench Isak for Smith Rowe, by the way. You could then take out someone like Mbeumo for Bowen. And then yeah, the team looks pretty good again. Like the thing is with this, I really do wish I had a wild card, because you guys can see here, like there is like just good rotations going on. We have such a good, strong squad that you can just, rotate players around really, really nicely. I've gone for Evanilson this game week over Strand Larson. Fair enough, man. Evanilson looking like a pretty decent pick at the moment. And I do like Bournemouth's fixtures. I think Bournemouth have really, really nice fixtures. I'm going Jackson captain. Hey, I like it, man. I like it. Jackson captain is brave. It's brave, but I like it, man. I think Chelsea win that game 4-1. 4-0, 4-1. I think they just destroy Leicester. That's my personal opinion. But yeah, let's see what happens, man. But yeah, again, on this wildcard draft, we can look further ahead in game week 15. We could bench Anderson, who's against Arsenal. We start Lewis Hall against Brentford. We start Isak. We bench Smith Rowe. So you can see Isak and Smith Rowe rotate pretty nicely. We'd start Gabriel again. We'd start Gabriel for Lewis Hall and probably start Aït-Nouri. Or you could bench Aït-Nouri because we got Bowen in the side. So yeah, it depends what you want to do. But for me, I like this team a lot because I just feel like this wildcard draft, it literally just has just such good depth. And you can just really stack up transfers as well. This week you could captain Salah, for example. But yeah, man, it's got a lot. It's just got such good squad depth for me. So I really wish I had a wild card. Like, I regret using the wild card in game week 6. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, this is definitely something I would do, man. Definitely something I would do. If I wanted to downgrade from Mbeumo, who should I go for? I wouldn't transfer out on Mbeumo yet. But if you were to go for someone, I'd go for Smith Rowe. The thing is, if you go for Smith Rowe, you definitely need another attacker or midfielder to rotate with Smith Rowe. Because you couldn't just play Smith Rowe every week. Like, I feel like you'd want to play him against Wolves. You could play him against Spurs, but ideally you'd probably want to bench him. Then you'd want to play him against Brighton, then bench him against Arsenal, then bench him against Liverpool. So, like in this wildcard draft example here, if you can sort of find an attacker, like an Isak, for example, that can rotate well with Smith Rowe, then I'd definitely go for Smith Rowe. But yeah, I like Smith Rowe. I like Bowen. Not yet, but I like Bowen from game week 14, I think it is. I think it's game week 14 when West Ham have good fixtures. Game week 14. I like Bowen from game week 14. For me, the ideal thing to do is keep Mbeumo for 2 more games, right? You keep Mbeumo for 2 more games for Everton and Leicester. And then for game week 14, when Mbeumo's got Aston Villa away, then you take out Obama and then you go to someone like Jared Bowen. That's personally what I would do, and that's literally what I do plan to do at the moment. I might go for Bowen, I might go for Rodgers. I'm not sure yet, but around game week 14, I think Bowen is definitely going to be on my radar because these fixtures are really good. Leicester, Wolves, Bournemouth, Brighton, Southampton, so good, so good. So yeah, that's definitely what I would do. Is Isak a decent captain? Yes, I do feel like he is. Yes, this week. Next week, I'm using my wild card. Fairs, man. Game week 30. I actually feel like game week 12 is better to use it. But how come you're delaying the wild card one more week, bro? What's the thinking behind it? What's the thinking behind the game week 13 wild card instead of a game week 12? Let me know. Hi, mate. I don't know what to do. Henderson 8 Nuri. TA, Lewis, Palmer, Johnson, Obama, Martinelli, McNeil, Haaland, Solanke, 5 free transfers and 0.3 in the bank. Oh wow. Okay, so 5 free transfers. I would definitely remove Lewis, Trent, Martinelli, McNeil, and Solanke. The problem is, because there's so many free transfers, off the top of my head, I don't know how much money you'd have to spend. But ideally, I'd say move off Trent, go to someone like an Arsenal defender like a Gabriel or even a Konate. I'd say that would definitely free up some money. So you could do Trent down to a Gabriel and Lewis to a Konate, for example. Martinelli out, Johnson out. Who would I go for? Actually, no, you could keep Johnson for one more game. I'd definitely get rid of Solanke though, because I think Johnson. I think that Man City game suits Johnson quite a bit. So I think I would keep Johnson for that one game against City. But I get rid of Solanke, maybe downgrade to like a João Pedro, Danny Welbeck, Mateus Cunha, someone like that. Martinelli as well, I'd maybe swap him for like Morgan Rogers. I think Morgan Rogers, guys, really, really good cheap pick from this point onwards. Someone like Morgan Rogers, Smith Rowe. I like them as cheap replacements for someone like Martinelli and McNeil. To be fair, you could get Smith Rowe and Rogers, or Semenyo as well. Like Martinelli and McNeil, I'd swap those two for either Semenyo, Smith Rowe, and Rogers. They're my favourite cheap midfielders at the moment. So yeah, something like that. But yeah, that's something what I would do. Something like that. My midfield is pretty good, but he's expensive. Saka, Mbemo, Salah, Palmer, and Rogers. Saka and Mbemo, Salah, Palmer. Wow, that's a good midfield. I feel like Rogers is one player that I'm sort of like, I kind of wish I had. I'm not gonna lie. Fixtures look pretty good, man. Like 3 of the next 4 are so good, man. Palace at home, Brentford at home, Southampton at home. That's really, really good fixtures. And probably going to play as well because he's just guaranteed minutes. So, yeah, Rodgers is a really good cheap option in my opinion. Will Lewis start? That's the dilemma I've got. Yeah, I do think Lewis will start. I'm not going to lie because Kovacic is injured. So we could potentially be looking at... Rico Lewis playing in midfield today because Kovacic is injured for about a month, I think. And City still have quite a few injuries, so I think we're looking at a Rico Lewis start, to be honest with you. I'll be surprised if Rico Lewis gets benched because City don't really have a fully fit squad. I mean, Akanji's fit, Gvardiol's fit, Stones, well, according to FPL, he's fit. Ruben Diaz ain't going to play. I mean, okay, City do have a lot of their defenders back, I guess. But with Kovacic injured, one of these defenders will move into midfield. It could be Stones. We've seen him do that role. It could be Akanji. We've seen him do that role. So one of those two could potentially take Rico Lewis's place. I assume Gundogan will play sort of next to either Stones or Akanji in that sort of double pivot. So maybe there's a chance Rico Lewis does get benched, but we'll see, man. I don't really know, to be fair. I don't really know. But yeah. Cunha or João Pedro? I'd go Cunha. I mean, value-wise, Pedro's better, but again, for me, I think long-term Pedro's good. But if you're talking about bringing in a player right now and expecting them to start, I don't know if João Pedro's going to give you that. I feel like João Pedro could potentially get benched. Again, I don't know for sure, but because he's just come back from injury, I think it's kind of risky going for him now. So yeah. Keep or get rid of Son. I'd keep Son, man. I'd keep Son. I really think that fixture for Tottenham is a good one. City defense is terrible. Son on the transition is class. I wouldn't be surprised if Son and Johnson do really, really well this week. Ryan, would you rather start Lewis or Veltman away to Bournemouth? I'm stuck, bro. Oh, that's a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like both defenses there are weak. I'd probably just go for. I think I'd just go Lewis. I think Brighton concede. I'm not gonna lie, man. I think Brighton concede. I think both defenders concede. Who's more likely to get an attack and return? I guess you would say Lewis, just because of his position on the pitch. Yeah, I'd probably start Lewis, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Would I start João Pedro or Strand Larsen? Ooh, I would start Strand Larsen. For me, right now, João Pedro, I wouldn't really pick João Pedro over anyone in terms of starts, because I just don't know if João Pedro is going to start this week. So, yeah, for me, I'd pick most strikers over João Pedro this week. For me, I would go Mbeumo to Saka since I got the funds. Fair enough. If you can do that, I think it's a good move. But I wouldn't do it this week. I'd wait for 2 more game weeks. Saka might not even play this week, but also next week, Mbeumo's playing against Leicester at home. So for me, I'd keep Mbeumo for 2 more games, then jump off Mbeumo. Johnson or Solanke in the 11? I'd go Johnson for sure. I don't think this kind of game suits Solanke at all. For me, tactically, this game it just doesn't suit Solanke for me. With the way Spurs play, I think Son and Brennan Johnson are going to benefit the most from this fixture. The 2 wide men. I don't think this game will benefit Solanke. I can imagine Solanke sort of dropping a little bit deep to link up play. I can just imagine City just dominating the ball, absolutely dominating the ball. They've almost got Spurs pinned back in a way, but Spurs are going to look to hit them on transition. And if they do that, I feel like Solanke will be deep. I don't see him sort of running off the last man. I feel like Solanke will be deep, and I feel like Son and Johnson are they're going to be the ones that are going to be getting the chances for me. Because I feel like Spurs most likely will be playing on a transition, which suits their wide players to a T for me. As Gandhi said, never back the early kickoff. I know, man. I know, never back the early kickoff. But guess what? I'm built different. So I'm going against that famous saying. I'm going against Gandhi. And I'm back in the early kickoff. We will be there. We will be there, guys. I'm telling you, 12:30. 12:30, we will be there. I'm back in the early kickoff. Let's do it, man. Sometimes you got to take risks. Sometimes you've got to take risks, bro. And that's what I'm doing. I'm taking a risk. Onana or Martinez? I go Onana. Who should I replace Van Dijk with? No one. I'd keep Van Dijk. Or are you talking about transferring in Van Dijk? If you're talking about bringing in Van Dijk, you got to tell me who else, who you've got in your team, so I can give you a decision on who to bring out. Cap, Haaland or Salah? I go Salah over Haaland. Not gonna lie. Cunha or Larson? Value-wise, Strand Larson, but if money's not a factor, Cunha. Watkins and Smith Rowe to Palmer and Larson. Yeah, I like it, to be fair. I like it. Vilishko says, my bro, how you doing? You doing good? Hey, big up to Vilishko, man. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing alright as well. Yeah, man. Hope you're all good. Keen to Colwell this week or Son to Saka this week? Keen to Colwell for sure. I actually think Son has the better fixture. I actually think Son against City is better than Saka against Forest. I'm not going to lie. JC says, yo, we literally have the same team. Hey, great minds think alike, my brother. Great minds think alike. Good morning, bro. How do I feel about Rodgers vs ESR upcoming weeks? Very, very tight. Very, very tight. Ideally, I think having both is good. I'm not going to lie. But if I had to pick one, it all depends on your team setup. But I think if I had to pick one, I'd probably go for Rodgers because he's cheaper as well. But I like Smith Rowe if you're able to rotate him. Like if your team's in a position where you can start Smith Rowe against Wolves, bench him against Spurs, start Smith Rowe against Brighton, bench him for Arsenal and Liverpool and then start him for Southampton, for example, I'd go Smith Rowe. Because after Southampton, he's got Chelsea, but then it's Bournemouth, Ipswich, West Ham, Leicester. So I like Smith Rowe, but only if you've got a rotation going on. If you don't really have the squad depth to rotate him in and out, then I just go for Rodgers. So yeah, that's my opinion. Right, we got like 30 minutes left until the deadline, guys. I have exactly the funds to upgrade Foden to Saka and Solanke to Isak, along with making Isak captain. Do these 2 free transfers make sense? Yeah, I would definitely do that. I would definitely take out Foden for Saka and Solanke to Isak. With making Isak. Yeah, I like that a lot. I would definitely do it. Nuri or Lewis Hall. I go Nuri personally. I think this week, Lewis Hall's got the better fixture, but overall, I prefer Nuri. Plus, the attacking threat that Nuri's got is just really, really good. Yeah, and Nuri's got some decent fixtures coming up as well, man. Like, Fulham away is not great, but then Bournemouth at home, Everton away, West Ham, Ipswich, Leicester. I think that's really good for Nuri. So, yeah, I'd go Nuri over Lewis Hall. Haaland and Smith Rowe for Isak and Palmer. I like it, although I don't really like the fact that you're taking out Smith Rowe. I'm not gonna lie, but overall, as a partnership, Haaland and Smith Rowe for Isak and Palmer. I think Isak and Palmer. Yeah, I think that duo is better personally. So yeah, I go for Isak and Palmer. Love Bruno and Dalot this week. As a United fan, I'm worried. What do you think of the double? I actually think it's a good double. I think both are good picks, respectively. So, yeah, man, I would be happy owning Bruno and Dalot this week. I'm not going to lie. And as a United fan as well, I kind of wish I had a United player in my team now. Now that Ten Hag gets sacked, but yeah, because we've actually got, like, Ipswich away is a good fixture. Everton at home is a good fixture. After that, it's Arsenal, I think, which is tough, but I think overall, like, our fixtures are decent, especially if you've got good squad depth. So, yeah, man. Let's see what happens with a new manager, of course, but I do like these fixtures on paper. And I think Bruno's a good pick now. I think Bruno could actually be a really, really good pick, especially, like, I feel like he could end up playing a lot closer to goal in this Ruben Amorim system. And if that's the case, I think for his price, he'll be a really, really good pick. But, yeah, I think Bruno and Dalot are good. I don't think you have to worry about them at all. Ryan, you've convinced me. I'm joining you in the captain of Palmer over Salah. Hey, big ups to John, man. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard to the captain Palmer ship or whatever. I'm waffling, but welcome aboard. Welcome to the crew, right? Palmer captainers, we outside, man. This is the time. I'm telling you, this is the time. This is how you gain rank. This is how you gain rank, bro. You have to take the risk sometimes. You've got to take the risk. And it's a calculated risk. It's not like you're doing something stupid, like captaining, I don't know, Strand Larsen against Fulham. That's just kind of stupid. Why would you do that? But this is a respectable, logical risk. So for me, I don't even think this is high risk, high reward. I think this is low risk, high reward. So, yeah, man. Palmer captain, I'm telling you, man, this is it. This is it, man. And should I start Solanke for Johnson? Should I start Solanke? I guess you mean Solanke over Johnson. I would preferably start Johnson this week over Solanke. As I said, I feel like when you look at the game and the matchup, it suits the Tottenham wide players more than it suits Solanke. I don't think we're going to see Solanke get a lot of chances, but I think we're going to see Son and Johnson be involved a lot. Because as I said, we know that Spurs are going to look to catch City on the transition. City are missing quite a few players. I think City will win the game, but I think Spurs could definitely score 1 or 2 goals. And I'm expecting sort of like a high scoring game, maybe a 3-2 or a 4-2. But yeah, for me, the Spurs wide players are much better than Solanke. I'm really having a benching dilemma. What's your Godwin? What's your benching dilemma? Actually, hold on. No, I've seen it now. Bench 1, Wissa, Bumo, Rodgers, Cunha, and Semenyo. I would bench... Oh, damn. That's tough. I think I would bench. Oh, yeah. I get what you mean now. I get what you mean. Either Semenyo or Buemo, but I think I'll bench Semenyo. Honestly, I think I bench Semenyo. Not gonna lie, man. I think I bench Semenyo. João Pedro or Isak? Value-wise, I think João Pedro is better, but I really do like Isak as a pick. So yeah, it depends. Like, are you willing to spend that much on Isak? If not, then I think João Pedro is a really good cheap alternative, but I really do like Isak as a pick. I'm not gonna lie. What other 8 euro differential price defenders do I recommend? Ooh. So I'm guessing like around 4.6, 4.7. I'd probably say Robinson. But the thing is, if you go for Robinson, ideally you'd want to have a rotation going on. But if not for Robinson, I'd go for Gusto as well. I like Gusto. But Gusto's a little bit more expensive. I do feel like he would play, but I guess you could say it's risky because of the ankle. But I feel like he's fit. But a Chelsea defender, so like someone like Colwill at 4.5 million. For me, I think Digne is pretty good as well. I like Digne, I like Robinson, and I like a Chelsea defender. They would be like my differential alternative picks for 8 Nuri. Thoughts on Gordon on wildcard, then go to Burnham 14. I like it. Not a bad shout at all. Thanks, bro. Appreciated. No worries, man. Bro, I'm getting nervous getting Konate in for a -4. Porro surely gets a red. I honestly think Konate for a -4 for Porro is not bad at all. Porro is definitely going to concede. Is he going to get an attack in return? Against Man City, I highly doubt it, to be honest. So I don't really think it's a bad choice you're making, taking out Porro for Konate for a -4. I expect Liverpool to get a clean sheet as well. So, Palmer gonna clutch. Hey, I hope so. I captain Palmer now that I see you captain him. I'm switching. Hey, listen, Palmer's the one, guys. Oh my TikTok stream's gonna end. All right, there we go. No, guys, listen. Palmer's the one this week. I'm telling you, Palmer's the one. Look. It's all your choice, right? It's your team. I can't control what you do. But if I were you, I'd go for that Palmer captain. Not gonna lie, man. I'd go for that Palmer captain. I just wish I'm not gonna lie. I do just wish it wasn't the first game though. I actually hate when my captain plays first. Like, if it does go wrong, it's a big if, but if it does go wrong, the whole week is ruined. Your whole week is ruined. Like, I would have to disappear from this universe if Palmer blanked and I've got to wait till Sunday for Salah to play against Southampton. That would be terrible. But yeah, let's see what happens, man. Will Trent start? I doubt it. I doubt Trent starts this week. I honestly can't be the only one bringing in Darwizzy. I actually think Darwin is a terrible pick. Not gonna lie. I probably think you're the only one bringing in Darwizzy. I wouldn't go for Darwin. I mean, will he even start? We don't even know, bro. He might not even play. I mean, he could, but like, there's a good chance he couldn't. I honestly don't know. That's the thing. I generally don't know if he's gonna play. You've got Gakpo, Diaz. Obviously Jota's injured. But yeah, Gakpo, Diaz, and Salah could be the front three, for example. We just don't know. I wouldn't go for Darwin. It's a very short-term pick. He probably won't play against Man City as well. I would actually avoid. I'm not going to lie, man. I would be avoiding Darwin Núñez. Honestly, Garnacho or Rodgers? Oh, I go Rodgers. The thing is with Garnacho, he might not play, man. He might not play. He won't play wing back because I think Amram has already said that he's going to play actual defenders, fullbacks in the wing back spots. So I do expect Mazraoui and Dalot to play. And then you've got a number 9 position. Garnacho's not going to play there. You've got 2 10 positions. I think Bruno's going to take one of the 10 roles, and I think Ahmad will take the other 10 role. So I just think there's no room for Garnacho in this system. So I think it's very, very risky to go for Garnacho. I don't think he'll be a consistent starter. He might start one game here and there, but he's not going to start week in, week out like he was under Ten Hag. So, yeah, for me, I wouldn't go for Garnacho. I think Rodgers is better. Are Palmer and Mbeumo starting? I would expect they start, yeah. I would expect they start. At least we're in this together. If he blanks, hey, music, Kiwi, we are in this together, my brother. We are in this together. Hopefully he doesn't blank, though. Hopefully he doesn't blank. Trent isn't starting, bro. Yeah, I don't think he will start. Is it worth taking out Johnson for a 7.4 million player or below? I mean, who would you really go to? 7.4 and below. If I had Johnson, and I could take him out for a 7.4 million player, I'd actually be keeping Johnson for the next 2 games and then taking him out. I'd actually be keeping Johnson for the next 2 and then take him out for Bowen. That's probably what I would do. I mean, 7.4 and below. Who else could you go to this week? I mean, I do like Rodgers. If you could take out Johnson for Rodgers, then it's not a bad shout. Or Smith Rowe. But when I look at the picks, I just feel like keeping Rodgers for the next 2 could be a shout. And then going from Rodgers to Bowen. That's probably what I would do. Aina or Lewis? Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis. Would I play Gabriel and Raya or swap in Gavardia off the bench? I'd play Gabriel and Raya. Double Arsenal defence for sure. Double Arsenal defence for sure. Gavardia is definitely going to concede in my opinion. I think Spurs will score. Bernardo says, yo, my guy. Yo, what's good, bro? Hope you are doing well, my man. Hi, Ryan. Should I sell Haaland or Raul Jimenez to buy Welbeck? And would I do a -4 with Palmer and Winks? Palmer gets in. What should I do with TAA? Ooh. I don't think I would sell Haaland or Jimenez to buy Welbeck this week. Maybe next week selling Haaland to Welbeck makes more sense. But this week, I think Raul Jimenez and Haaland are both good picks, bro. So I don't think I would do that. But, I mean, if selling Haaland to Welbeck allows you to go from Winks to Palmer, then I would do it. I would do it. If selling Haaland, yeah. So, yeah, if you sell Haaland, get Welbeck in, and then that frees up enough money to do Winks to Welbeck, to Winks to Palmer, then yeah, I would do that. I would do that. But if you can get Palmer in for Winks without selling Haaland, then I would just do that. Salah or Fernandez as captain or vice captain, please. I would go Salah, captain, Fernandez, vice captain. That's what I would do. Took out Haaland, Adam McNeil for Palmer and Watkins. I like it. I feel like Watkins is low-key being slept on a little bit. I don't feel like a lot of people are talking about Watkins. I do like Watkins a lot, to be honest. I really do. I think he is kind of... Because we're entering a period where there's going to be a lot of games, there's an argument to be made. It could be considered kind of risky going for Watkins because you might get subbed off early. He might even get benched in the odd game for John Duran. But I just think Ollie Watkins can do serious damage in these games against Palace, Chelsea, Brentford and Southampton. So as a block of games for the next 4, I really do think Watkins is a good pick. But a lot of people just prefer Isak. I think Isak is cheaper, guaranteed 90 minutes on penalty. So it kind of makes sense why people would pick Isak over Watkins. But I really do like Watkins as a pick. Ryan, my G, for your sake, please just captain Salah. It's for your good. Nope, I'm not doing it, man. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the Salah captain. Everyone's going to do it, bro. Everyone is going to do it. So I just want to... I see this as an opportunity to just gain on everyone, to be honest. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people... most people are going to go Salah, man. So... You could just, by going for like someone like, even like Haaland as well, like you could definitely gain. I think at my rank, 800k if I see a good opportunity that where I can sort of have like a big jump in rank, I kind of want to take it. So yeah, man. I'm doing a big upgrade this week. Buying Palmer, replacing Winks, then taking a -4 again, and Isak to replace Dom. Calvert-Lewin, he has to go. I can't believe you still have Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, he has to go, man. He is the absolute scrub. I think him and Foden probably have been my 2 worst transfers this season. Like I don't think Calvert-Lewin got any FPL returns for me. Yeah, and I bought him in game week like 5. And I had him all the way up until game week 9. Yeah, he did nothing. And same with Phil Foden as well, man. He did nothing as well. Yeah, those 2 have probably been my worst transfers this season. Not gonna lie, man. I bought Phil Foden in game week 6. Horrible. If I didn't own Foden and Calvert-Lewin, I would be a lot higher than I am right now. But yeah. By the way, let's see if you've got any leaks about Chelsea and Arsenal as well. If you've done a wildcard already, activate. Can you still do a wildcard before the deadline, or would it count as a minus? No, if your wildcard is active before the deadline, you can still Wait, if you've done a wildcard already, activate. Can you still do a wildcard before the deadline? Tiger and Guna, what do you mean by that? If you've activated your wildcard right now, you can still make transfers and it won't count as a minus, as long as it's done before the deadline. So yeah, as long as your wildcard is active, you can make as many transfers as you want until the deadline has passed. Village Crest says, I tried to warn you. Alright, man. Raya or Sanchez? I think Raya. The fact that I regret it more if Salah hauls when I captain Palmer than the other way around makes me captain Salah. But I'd be gutted when Palmer scores a brace in 2 hours. Yeah, I hear you. I feel like either way you're going to be annoyed. Like, no matter what happens, unless they both get the same score, if either player outscores the other, you're going to feel some form of pain. I'm not going to lie. But for me personally, I feel like no matter what happens, I don't mind. Like, I'm content with my decision, to be honest, because I don't feel like it's stupid what I'm doing. Like, yes, it's early kickoff, but that can't be the only reason why I don't put a player on captain just because they're playing first at 12:30. It's not a big enough reason for me, especially when we're talking about someone like Cole Palmer. So, yeah. Rate my team, bro. Sanchez, Canate, 8 Nuri, Mazraoui, Palmer, Fernandez, Salah, captain, and Bomo, Isak, Cunha, Pedro, bench, Verbruggen, Rogers, Kirkes, Davies. I like that team a lot. Really, really nice team, man. Fair play. That's a good team, Anthony. I like it a lot. Sturgeon, Pedro, or Morgan Rogers? I go for Morgan Rogers for sure. I've already activated my wild card, but wanting to swap VVD to Canate. Oh yeah, in that case you can swap Van Dijk for Canate. It won't go into a minus. Chelsea played West Ham at 12:30 earlier in the season, and won 3-0. So yeah, exactly. There's been some pretty like, I would say kind of big scores, not big scores, but there's been a lot of goals in 12:30 kickoff games this season. So even Spurs, like 12:30, they scored 4 against West Ham. Pretty sure Kulusevski got like 1 goal and 2 assists or something like that. In that West Ham game. Actually, no, he only got 1 goal. Why do I remember Kulusevski getting like multiple returns in that game? Damn. Right. Anyway, Start Aina or FaZe. I would go... That's just mid versus mid. I'm not going to lie. I'd go Aina. Chat, Trust is going to captain Salah in the last 30 seconds. Never going to happen, bro. That's not happening. Not happening, my brother. Not happening. Crispy, and by the way, what's so bad about early kickoff? It's just like this meme that's going around. Well, it's going around on like FPL Twitter for a while. Like for like a few years, I'm pretty sure. It's like this picture of Gandhi, and it's like never back the early kickoff. And it's just a meme where basically every time you captain someone that plays in the 12:30 kickoff, they always blank. And I'm not gonna lie, it does happen a lot. I'll be honest, it does happen a lot. So yeah, it's just like this thing where people are just like, yeah, I don't want to captain someone in the 12:30 kickoff because Gandhi always says never back the early kickoff, and usually Gandhi is always right. But yeah, I'm going against Gandhi this week. I believe in Cole Palmer. I believe in Cole Palmer, man. Why should I start Rodgers? Oh, I start Rodgers because he's guaranteed to start. More than likely going to play 90 minutes. Plus, I actually think he's got the better fixture as well. So for me, it all points to starting Morgan Rodgers. João Pedro might not even play. He's just come back from injury. Even if João Pedro does play, to be fair, he's a good pick for sure. But I think Morgan Rodgers does have the better fixture on paper. So I'd be going for Morgan Rodgers personally. Start Digne or Colwill. I would go Digne. Confirmed he isn't playing. Wait, who said that? Oh crap. Who is not playing? Who's he? Someone in the chat says confirmed he's not playing. Who is that? Like what player are you talking about? Cal. Wait. Rodgers. Oh. Okay, hold on. Ali K, hold that thought for a second on Rodgers. My TikTok sources are telling me that Rodgers isn't gonna play, apparently. Wait, who confirmed that on X though? Apparently. Let's see. Let's see. I'm not sure about Rodgers, not gonna lie. I don't know about Rodgers not playing. I ain't seen anything to do with that on Twitter, I'm not gonna lie. So maybe this guy's a fraud and he's chatting absolute rubbish. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing nothing on Rodgers, not gonna lie. I think Rodgers. I think Rodgers is fit. I've not heard it. Yeah, Rodgers is all good. Rodgers is all good. So yeah, don't listen to what I'm saying, guys. Rodgers will play. He'll play. Rodgers will play this week. Right, cool. Anyway, Salah, Isak, and Cunha. Selling game 18 for Haaland, winning Smith Rowe. Oh, fair enough. I mean, yeah, Haaland in game 18 has a good fixture on, so sounds valid, to be fair. I mean, if I do take out Haaland, I definitely want him back for the Leicester game at least, yeah. But yeah, that sounds good, man. That sounds good. Yeah, I think Rodgers will start. I think Rodgers will start. It was just someone in my TikTok chat that said Rodgers won't play for some reason, but I've not seen that anywhere. So yeah, I don't think that's true at all. Rayo or Sanchez? I think Rayo. By the way, Ali K, I would start Rodgers this week. I would start Rodgers. Opinions on Gvardiol to Konate on a wild card. Yeah, I would do that. I would take out Gvardiol, man. City defense is terrible. City defense is terrible. I would go for Konate over Gvardiol. All right, 11 minutes till the deadline. Make sure you guys lock in your teams, man. All right, I'm locked in, man. I'm locked in. Einar, TAA, Solanke, DC out for Colwell, Gabriel, Isak, and Pedro for -4. Maybe Konate opposed to Gabriel. Einar, TAA, Solanke, DC out for Colwell, Gabriel, Isak, Pedro. Oh, to be fair, yeah, I like the transfers a lot for a -4, and maybe Konate instead of Gabriel. If you already have one Arsenal defender, potentially I would go to Konate. But either way, I think those moves are good for a -4. I like them a lot. Yeah, that's cool. Should I bench Wood or Solanke? I bench Wood. I bench Wood this week. I feel like Arsenal are going to get a clean sheet. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, I bench Wood. Who would I start? João Pedro, Rodgers, or Colwell? Out of one of those players, I'd start Rodgers. Because I don't... Again, with João Pedro, does he start just coming back from injury? I'm not sure. My team right now is Raya, Aït-Nouri, Robinson, Gabriel, Rodgers, Palmer, Salah, Mbeumo, Bruno, Cunha, Solanke, bench, Fabianski, Wood, Lewis, Hart, Bellis. Yeah, that looks good, man. That looks good. That midfield is powerful as well. Rodgers, Palmer, Salah, Mbeumo, and Bruno. Really, really nice. Telling you, man, no Haaland team just looks so good. So good, man. Should I take a -4, Lewis to Konate or Dalot? Or another good defender? I actually... I think I would, yeah. I actually think I would. Bring in Dalot or Konate for a -4 for Lewis. Start either Konate or Dalot. Bench one of Aït-Nouri and Robinson. And I think you could... Yeah, I think that's a shout. I actually think that's a pretty good idea, to be fair. Wood will score and City lose again, Lows. If City lose again, honestly, that's crazy. I mean, what would that do for the what would that do for the Premier League table? Because if City lose again, Chelsea will most likely win. They will go on to 22. They'll be 1 point behind. Liverpool will most likely win. They'll go 8 points clear at the top of Man City. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. I have 2 free transfers. Solanke to Cunha / Isak and Lewis to Colwell / Hall. What should I do? I would go Solanke to Isak and Lewis to Colwell. Yeah, Solanke to Isak, Lewis to Colwell. That's what I would do personally. Thinking about triple captain is Salah. Not going to lie, my brother. That is very, very risky. Very, very, very risky. I would personally wait till double game week or just a better fixture. I don't know, man. Triple captain. I mean, Salah is in form, to be fair. So it does make sense. But personally, I like to use my triple captain in double game weeks. Albeit, you might be someone that... But the thing is, because we've got probably not that many double game weeks to have this season, it means that, you know, you can use one of your free hit triple captain bench boost in a single game week. So, I mean, I guess you could use your triple captain for Salah this week and then play your free hit and bench boost in double game weeks. Plus, we have the mystery chip as well. So, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I personally wouldn't do it, but it's not a bad shout at all. All right, 7 minutes till the deadline, guys. 7 minutes till the deadline. Is Aina starting? Most probably, yeah. Most probably, yeah. I would assume so. But I wouldn't really want to start Aina in my FPL team this week against Arsenal. I think Arsenal will score for sure. Bruno captain as a differential. Wow, Fez. I just went -4 for Rashford out to him and captain him as either I'm on top or I'm trash. I'm not going to lie, Bruno differential's captain could be good. The only reason why I say it's just captain a Man United player right now is just too risky just because we don't know what our play style is like. if we had a bit more of like, if we had just more games to base our opinion on Man United, then I could really say if that's a good pick or not. But I don't know how we are going to play against Ipswich. I don't know. I know we're going to play 3-4-3, but I don't actually know how it's going to look like live playing that formation in game. I don't know the position, like positionally, what are the spaces that Bruno is going to pick up. I don't know. Is he going to be deep? Is he going to be high up the pitch? Is he going to be in the box a lot? I don't know. So it's definitely risky, but hey, I would say there's a high upside because Ipswich defense is terrible. So it could go well. Bruno captain definitely could go well. Start 1, Sean Larson, Kulusevski, or Rico Lewis. I start Sean Larson, personally. City, start 2, Rogers, Solanke, Pedro, Gavardia. I start Rogers, and is that Pedro Porro or João Pedro? If that's João Pedro, I'd start Rogers and João Pedro. If it's Pedro Porro, then I'd start Rogers and Solanke. City on B to run will start in game week 14 till game week 23. Yeah, they got a really nice fixture on starting in game week 14. Actually, wait, no, they don't. I actually no, I disagree. Unbeaten in game week 14? Nah, no way. Away to Villa is tough. Villa could beat them. Okay, Man United, I don't know how we're gonna be on the Amorim, so we have to wait and see. They probably beat Forest. They probably beat Palace, but Man United and Villa could. Okay, maybe not Man United, but Villa could definitely beat Man City. Man United could beat Man City depending on how good we are, but again, that's to be confirmed because we don't know how we're gonna play. But I don't think City go unbeaten from game week 14 to 23. Obviously from game week 18 to 22, yeah, for sure they probably win all these games and go unbeaten. But Villa away is tough, man. Villa away beat. I'm pretty sure Villa beat City last season, so yeah, they could definitely do it again as well this season. Saka playing. I feel like Saka will play this week. I heard that apparently Rice isn't going to play for Arsenal today. That's what I've heard. I heard that before I set up the stream. That apparently Rice is injured. So could that affect Arsenal defensively? Possibly. I'm checking Twitter now for some Bukayo Saka news. Although Bukayo Saka, I'm not gonna lie, man. Having Bukayo Saka, I've not got him, but having him must just be so annoying. I feel like every week it's a guessing game on whether I feel like it's a guessing game on whether Saka's gonna play or not. Like every week there seems to be an issue with Saka. Oh, he's got a slight injury. He's got a slight niggle. Oh, Arteta's not giving us sort of concrete information on Saka's, fitness update, and we never know if Saka's going to start. It's just an absolute pain owning this guy in FPL. I'm kind of glad I don't have him, to be honest. Not going to lie. Start Wood or Johnson? I'd start Johnson for sure. Yeah, I'd start Johnson. City lose game week 30. Yeah, Liverpool are definitely beating City. Like, definitely beating City. Right. Oh crap! 2 minutes till the deadline. Wow, I didn't realize it was so. I didn't realize it was so close. All right, let me just double check. All right, guys, we're sticking with it, man. Cole Palmer, captain, baby. Let's go. Oh man, my whole day could be ruined. After 12:30. Oh man. I swear if this backfires, man, I'm done. I'm actually done if this backfires. Actually, let me vice captain Haaland as well, just in case Palmer don't play. I'm not doing Salah this week, man. I'm going against Salah. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Salah changed now. Nope, not happening. Not happening, my brother. I'm sticking to my guy Cole Palmer. I'm sticking to him. Salah, Palmer, or Wilbert captain. You already know my thoughts on that, mate. Cole Palmer, baby. Cole Palmer. Start Garnacho or Cunha. I start Cunha. Rodgers or ESR or Larson 2 spots. I'd go Rodgers and ESR. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute till the deadline. Arteta confirms Calafiori in a squad to face. Oh, that's old news. That's old news. That is old news. Is there any leaks on Chelsea, Arsenal? Any update on Bukayo Saka? I've not seen anything. I've not seen anything. All right. Yeah, we're locked in. We locked in, baby. We locked in. It's done. It's done, chat. Guys, it's done. It's done, man. It is done. Yeah, we're locked in. We're locked in, man. All right. All right. I hope for a really good game week, man. Please, may all your arrows and my arrows be green. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go. It's done. We are done, guys. We are done. We are finished. Finished. We are finished. Oh. What the hell? How was I still able to get... Alright, the deadline's passed, but for some reason I was still able to get on. Right, yeah, that's it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Right, we're locked in. Guys, I hope everyone has a really, really good week. I hope that we can all get some green arrows. But that is it, man. We are done. João Pedro scores and Rodgers doesn't. Oh, man. No, I think Rodgers will do well. I think he'll do well. Vilishka says, see you, my friend. I hope you hit that captain. Thank you so much, my brother. I hope it goes well for me as well, man. It's a big risk. 12:30 kickoff. It could go really bad. First game as well, man. Like, I hate when my captain plays first, but it is what it is, man. We're sticking with it. Thank you guys for tuning into the stream, man. Thank you guys for tuning into the stream. I did want to do something though. Before I end, I saw there was like an FPL quiz. Hold on. I saw it during international break. There was a test your knowledge quiz. I want to see if I can find it. I want to see if I can find it. Oh yeah, here it is. All right. All right, yeah, cool. All right, guys, for the people still here, hold on. Wait, is this it? Is this it? Oh no, this is an old one. I've already done this one. Damn, I've already done this one. Yeah, I was gonna do a quiz, but I thought there was a new one. Let's go Palmer. Yeah, let's go Palmer, man. Leo says I've got Isak captain last second. Oh wow, Fez. I mean, he's playing on Monday. I was gonna put in Isak this week as well for a -4 for Haaland, but yeah. Let's see. Anyway, yeah, chat. That's gonna be it from me today, man. That's gonna be it from me today. Yeah, man. All right, let's go, man. Well, chat. Thank you so much for watching. TikTok as well. Thank you guys for watching. YouTube, appreciate it, man. We'll catch you guys in my reaction video, man. Catch you guys on Sunday. Hopefully it goes well, guys. Hopefully it